Do you want to play a game? What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, hello. My name is Jordan Ghostface Anderson tonight, aka Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and my favorite scary movie is on my shirt here. So if you can't tell, there's a little Halloween action going on with dual Mike Myers there. So I thought that was a pretty cool shirt when I saw it online. So I'm like, I gotta get that. But yeah, I'm gonna make this just a quick little review of Scary Movie 2022, and yes, I'm gonna be calling it Scary Movie 2022 because I keep calling it scary movie. Scream 2022. This is my review of Scream 2022. Sorry. Anyways, we have that out of the way. Scream 2022. I'm calling it that because Scream is a stupid name, and they're gonna call it Scream. It's like we have a Scream movie, 2, 3, 4, and then Scream again. Okay, so and I'm just going to warn you that there's going to be some minor spoilers here. They're going to be very minor. I'm not going to give away any big plot points. So if you want to wait till if you haven't seen the movie yet and you want to wait till you see it, go ahead and do that. But yeah, I saw this movie and I was absolutely blown away. Like that's why I want to do a review. I don't really do many reviews for this channel, so I figured that I'd pop on real quick and do a review of Scream. And yeah, Scream was a lot of fun. Like I went in not really expecting much out of it. I will we'll go ahead and give the brief synopsis. So it just says 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, California, a new killer dons the Ghostface mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past. So basically, Scream 2022. It's brings back several of the original casts. You have Nev Campbell, of course, playing Sydney Prescott. You got Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers, or in this case, it's Gail Weathers dash Riley because you have David Arquette as uh, Sheriff Dewey Riley, or Deputy Dewey, as I like to call him, because that's where I was first introduced to him. And then you also have, let's see, there's one other, if I can find it here. I got the cast list pulled up here. There's one other recognizable cast. I can't find her name in here, so I'm not even going to try to go there. But yeah, you'll see some familiar faces. Just go watch it because it's definitely worth it. Like I'm debating about going to see it a second time because um, the Halloween franchise is my uh, well, the first Halloween, the original from the '70s, is my favorite single horror movie. But the Scream franchise is my favorite horror franchise. But and also one other uh, cast member that you get a brief glimpse of, and this is a minor spoiler, so just tune in or tune out, whatever you want to do. I'm giving you a second. All right, you see a videotape showing Randy Meeks, played by Jimmy Kennedy, just given the rules of how the slasher movie works, so they kind of replay that scene from the original Scream movie, which is fun to see that scene played over again. But yeah, basically, it's a pretty straightforward synopsis. Of course, the Scream killer comes back, and uh, they come up with some pretty good reasons why they have to bring these three Sydney, Gail Weathers, and Sheriff Dewey back to Woodsboro, so that they uh, have their reasons, and so they all come back to help hunt down this killer. That, of course, it all starts with Dewey, and then through events that happen, they bring back all three of them. So that's a fun time for sure. And um, what I love about the Scream franchise and why the Scream franchise is my favorite horror franchise is because it's a horror franchise that takes itself serious in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways it doesn't take itself serious. So uh, uh, there's an awesome balance of humor and then horror elements and then mystery element to it. So I love that the Scream franchise could technically go on forever because every time it's a different person behind the Scream mask, a different slasher in the Scream costume. So that's a lot of fun. So like it could literally be anyone, unlike Mr. Michael Myers here, who's just one guy, and they can't seemingly take him out. Well, I mean, we have a movie coming up called Halloween Ends. I think it's safe to say they're going to take him out, but and they also took him out in one of the other Halloween movies as well. So I mean, most of these horror villains can be taken out, but the Ghostface, you can take him out once, but then he always comes back with a different killer, different costume, which is uh, pretty cool and inventive, I think. So, and yeah, like I just like the mystery behind it too. You're just trying to figure out how all the murders are connected to each other. Uh, in this one, and this isn't a spoiler, but it's all family members of the original murderers, and that's all shown in the trailers. So you get that in the trailers, and then uh, so if I were to think of pros and cons about the Scream 2022, the pros is just seeing all the original characters come back, the storyline that they have. I think that works really really well. That they have some like really creepy elements, but I also love Scream because it's really creepy and like you have the blood and the gore, uh, so it looks realistic, but it's not like over the top like a total like gore porn or like just like buckets upon buckets of blood. It's like someone gets their throat sliced and then there's a little like spurt of blood, and then like it's a normal like more realistic amount. It's not like blood for blood's sake, like blood and guts everywhere. So but and uh just more of the pros. I really like some of the new cast that they bring in. They bring in Dylan Minnette from, I forget the name of the Netflix show. It's escaping my mind, but like, 13 Reasons Why. Yeah, so he's from that, and in the movie they named him Wes, which is a cool little tribute to Wes Craven, which I thought was awesome because this movie is directed by Matt. And I'm probably gonna completely butcher the name, but it's Matt uh, Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillette. So those two have directed. Um, Besides Scream, they directed VHS. They directed Ready or Not. They directed Southbound, and they directed the movie Devil's Due, which a lot of people don't like. I really like Devil's Due. That's you could say is a guilty pleasure of mine. So, yeah. But then I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of the other cast members, even though they're not as well known. But I know one of them is in. You have Jenna Ortega as Tara Carpenter, which she is depicted, I want to say, in the very beginning of the movie as uh, the girl from the very beginning, which I'm not going to give too many spoilers other than to say, and this is like like super super minor. So that like if I were to have any cons about this movie, uh, I don't like the way that the opening kill was portrayed. Like it just didn't really fit uh, from what we're all used to for those opening kills. Usually, you have you have a girl who's just watching a scary movie. She gets the phone call like, "Do you like scary movies? What's your favorite scary movie?" Or like, "Want to play a game?" And like you get all of that, and then they get slashed by the ghost face. Like that happens, but mm, not not like anything that you're used to. I'll just say that. So I really like how they reference all the stab movies. So they reference the stab movies in just about every single Scream movie, but in this one they have one of the group of friends, which they're trying to figure out which one of the friends it could be the killer, because it always ends up being one of the group of friends or somebody that they know. So uh, they reference all the stab movies, and then they say, well, stab 7 or stab 8. I can't remember which one that they say, but they just call it stab. That's all they call it. They're not gonna have it have some kind of subtitle like Stab the Revenge or like the Return of Ghostface or whatever. It's just stab. So they kind of make that reference in playing into the fact that this movie just called Scream. It's not called like Scream the Reckoning or Scream like whatever. Like it's just Scream, and it's like they should at least had some type of a subtitle. But one of the things that I really like is that they also go back to the original house from the first Scream movie. That's um, Stu Macher's house, played by Matthew Lillard in the original movie. So it's the same exact house. So I thought that was a nice touch, and yeah, and it's not really saying much. That what I liked the least was the opening to the Scream movie, and it was still good. It wasn't bad. It was just like not what you would expect. So like my favorite openings definitely Scream 4, where they reference all the different stab movies, and they keep showing all the different girls that are getting attacked or killed, and they finally in the end it's like stabs like 6 or 7, where they have Anna Paquin and Kristen Bell, and then spoiler alert, Kristen Bell stabs Anna Paquin, and so she's like bleeding out, and but the way that they do it is a lot of fun, and the girls are not bad to look at. So there's that as well. So, but then you have the older sister played by Melissa Barrera, who is from In the Heights. So I think she might play the main girl from In the Heights, if I'm not mistaken. So she's in that for sure. Then you also have you have Jack Quaid, which is Randy Quaid's son, playing this guy Richie. And then you have Jasmine Savoy Brown, Sonia Amar, Mikey Madsen, Mason Gooding, Kyle Gallner, and Chester Tam. That's all I'm going to say. I just most of you probably don't even recognize all those names. I just wanted to just shout them out because I thought that was a solid cast. There's a couple people that you recognize, and for the most part, there's people that you don't recognize, which I think is a good mix. But yeah, overall, I had a lot of fun with that. I think they did justice to the mythology, which was the first Scream movie without Wes Craven. So and they did it well. Like the movie, I want to see if I can find a runtime. I don't know. Oh, it's an hour and 54 minutes, but it's a quick hour and 54 minutes. I feel like the movie just flies by. Like, if I would have guessed, I would have thought that it was like 90 minutes or something. But it's almost 2 hours long, but like you really don't even feel it. Like it just flies by. So, and I saw it opening night, and I live in a small town, so like it was a semi-packed house. It wasn't sold out or anything, but I miss those days seeing some of my favorite movies in a packed house like that. So it was fun though. My theater was like 75% full, but yeah, I mean overall, there's not really too much else I can say without really giving any major spoilers. But it's fun to see the original cast back as always. And if I were to give it a ranking for as far as the overall Scream franchise goes, my favorite's definitely the original, but and then would go the original Scream, Scream 2, probably this new one, Scream 2022. I'd rank it third. Then I'd say Scream 4, and then Scream 3. I like all the Scream movies. Like even the third one, which a lot of people kind of crap on because the reveal of the killer at the end is kind of a little like wah wah, like um, but I still enjoy it though. I still think that's a good time. That's kind of where the movies start to get like uh, really meta. Then the third one, like you think the first two are meta. Just wait till the third one. So, but yeah, like I think that if you're a fan of horror movies in any way, like you're gonna have fun with this one. So, and even if you're a Scream fan, like it does it justice for sure. So I would definitely recommend going to check out Scream. And if I were to give it a rating out of 10, because I always like to give my ratings out of 10, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10 for me because I am a horror guy, for the most part. I'm not like as obsessed as uh, with horror as say like my co-host over on the Movie Hero network for all my shows, Austin Pez. He's like really into horror, and like I'm like into horror. I love horror movies, but I haven't seen it in the way he does, and he loves all horror. Like even the super gory ones. I don't go for the real gory ones, but as long as it's not too over the top gory, like I'll watch it. I'll have fun with it, and I'll have a good time usually. So yeah, so I'm gonna give my score a 9 out of 10, and I think for people that are non-horror fans, you can still have a lot of fun with it. Like I'd say, you probably wouldn't enjoy it quite as much as me, but I think you can. The way you can still have fun. So, but yeah, I think that we'll do it for this review of the Scream 2022. So definitely go check it out. Like I'm probably gonna see it a second time because I really enjoyed this movie. So yeah, so I have been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and I will catch you next time.